Something has changed in your life, and it's not just that you're busy. Weeks are vanishing, months feel fake, and somehow it's already almost the end of the year again. That feeling isn't random. Your brain is compressing your life. When you were a kid, one summer felt enormous. Now an entire season disappears while you answer emails, pay bills, and pretend next week will somehow be calmer. The weird part is, time itself didn't speed up. Your experience of it did. And your brain measures time in a way that's deeply unfair. It doesn't track life like a stopwatch. It tracks change, novelty, memory density, and what actually left a mark. Less variation means less mental footage. That's why routine is secretly a time shredder. If today looks like yesterday and tomorrow looks like today, your brain stops recording the details. Later, when you look back, the whole week gets filed as basically one event. This is the trap. Routine makes life feel manageable in the moment, but strangely shorter in hindsight. You save effort today, then lose texture tomorrow. Efficiency starts eating your sense of time. And adulthood adds a second problem. Every year becomes a smaller percentage of your total life. When you're 5, 1 year is massive. When you're 35, 1 year's a tiny slice. Your brain notices that scale shift. But that math alone doesn't explain why some years feel endless and others disappear completely. Because the real distortion isn't just age, it's repetition. A repetitive year can feel fast even while you're living inside it. So the question isn't, why is time faster now? The real question is, what is your brain using as evidence that time even happened? And that's where this gets personal. Your brain stores time differently in the moment versus in memory. In real time, boredom can feel slow. But later, boring periods collapse because almost nothing distinctive was saved. Slow while living it, fast when remembering it. That's why a dull workday can feel endless at 3 p.m., then vanish by Friday. Your present mind says, please end. Your memory says, honestly, not much to archive here. Different systems, different verdicts. Novelty does the opposite. New places, new people, new mistakes, new details. Your brain records more frames. And when you look back, that denser memory makes the period feel longer and richer. This is why vacations can feel fast while they're happening, but huge afterward. You blink through them in real time, then replay dozens of moments later. Memory density stretches the experience after the fact. Meanwhile, your normal weeks are full of autopilot. Same route, same apps, same tabs, same micro stresses. Your body was present, but your attention barely clocked any of it as new. Attention matters because attention decides what gets encoded. If your mind is fragmented all day, your memories get fragmented too. And fragmented memories are terrible at making life feel full. So yes, your phone is involved, but not in the lazy technology ruined everything way. The bigger issue is constant context switching. Tiny interruptions make days feel packed, but strangely unmemorable. Think about the last week. Can you clearly separate Tuesday from Thursday? Or did they merge into one vague slab of obligations, snacks, scrolling, and maybe one meeting that should have been an email? Exactly. Researchers have found that people often judge past time by the number of memorable events they can recall. More landmarks, longer feeling period, fewer landmarks, and your brain basically says, yeah, that was quick. That's also why the pandemic warped time for so many people. The days were emotionally intense, but structurally repetitive. High stress, low variation, which is a brutal recipe for temporal confusion. Stress itself messes with the clock. In the moment, it can make seconds stretch. But chronic stress narrows attention, reduces reflection, and turns life into survival mode. Survival mode is terrible at making memories feel spacious. Busyness doesn't automatically create richness. In fact, the opposite is often true. You can fill a schedule so completely that your brain has no room to notice, process, or remember any of it. This is why your most productive months sometimes feel the shortest. You shipped things, checked boxes, answered messages, survived. But memory doesn't reward throughput. It rewards distinction. Children get accidental novelty for free. Everything is first-time territory. First school, first rules, first embarrassments, first obsessions. Adults have to build novelty on purpose, or life quietly flattens into copy-paste. And no, this doesn't mean you need to backpack across Iceland and reinvent yourself every quarter. Your brain is not asking for drama, it's asking for contrast. A different walking route. A dinner with people who don't all think exactly like you. Learning one awkward new skill. Tiny variations can make a week feel more real than another optimized month. But there's still a deeper reason time feels faster now, even beyond memory. Modern life is designed to erase boundaries, and when boundaries disappear, time stops having edges. Your brain loves markers, beginnings, endings, rituals, locations, milestones. They segment experience, they create chapters. But digital life keeps dissolving those chapters into one endless scroll of vaguely different moments. Work used to happen somewhere. Entertainment used to happen somewhere else. Friends, shopping, boredom, news, games, stress, all had more separation. Now they all live on the same glowing rectangle in your hand. When everything arrives through the same channel, your brain gets fewer contextual cues. Fewer cues means weaker segmentation. Weaker segmentation means fewer memorable boundaries. And fewer boundaries make time feel like sludge while passing and vapor while remembered. That's the weird paradox. Modern life can feel overstimulating and underdistinct at the same time. Too much input, not enough separation. Too many moments, not enough moments that stand apart. Even your photos can backfire. You'd think documenting everything would make life feel fuller. Sometimes it does. But endless low-importance capture can turn memory into a messy archive you never emotionally revisit. What matters isn't how much you captured. It's whether a moment got processed, felt, noticed, integrated. A life full of unprocessed moments can feel strangely absent, even when it was technically busy. So the real enemy isn't age. It isn't even speed. It's sameness plus fragmentation plus weak boundaries. That combination quietly strips the texture out of time. And once you see that, the feeling of time flying stops being mystical. It becomes a design problem, which is good news because design problems can be manipulated. If you want time to feel slower, don't obsess over slowing the clock. Increase contrast. Create markers. Interrupt repetition. Give your brain more evidence that this week was not just a recycled file. That can mean tiny rituals. A specific Friday walk, a Sunday reset, one screen-free meal, one deliberate conversation, 1 hour learning something badly. The point is not optimization. The point is texture. Also, protect transitions. End work like it ended. Start rest like it started. Mark mornings, evenings, weekends, trips, and milestones so your brain can feel the edges. Edges are what make time visible. Seek novelty at a human scale. You do not need a new continent. You need enough difference for memory to wake up. A new place, a new task, a new person, a new sequence. That's often enough. And maybe most importantly, pay attention while you're actually alive. Because attention is the raw material memory uses to build the feeling of a life. If attention is gone, time goes with it. So no, time probably isn't moving faster. Your brain is just receiving fewer landmarks, weaker boundaries, and less fully noticed experience. The clock stayed rude, but honest. What changed was the footage. If you don't design your time, repetition will design it for you. And one day you'll look up, shocked, not because life was short, but because so much of it never fully registered.